there, and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer, and this is Summer Sparkling Good Time. Today we're going to be doing a whip-in chat, and it's going to be my introductory whip-in chat because you have stumbled upon my first ever YouTube video. Today the kit we're going to be working on is Bouquet. The art's done by Ivy Dolomar. It's distributed by Diamond Art Club. The size is a 20 by 28 inch or 50.8 by 70.7 centimeter. The kit has, I think, 31 colors, and of those 31 colors, we have 3 ABs. I am using my favorite pen, which is this one from Norse Alchemist, with a 7-placer with Randa's Crafty Corner putty on this end, just a standard brass single placer on this side, with a glue dot. Okay, the cover minder, oh lord, I don't know if you can see my cover minder, let's check. Yes, the cover minder right here is from Cover Minders by Siobhan. I really do hope she's doing well because last I heard she was in the hospital. So we're thinking about you and praying for you, Miss Siobhan. Let's see, what else we got going on here? I have an assortment of trays going on right here. This area right here is predominantly 4 colors. And so I have Mini Made tray number 1, Mini Made tray number 2, Bella Art de Nicole tray 1, Bella Art de Nicole tray 2, Mini Made tray 3, and Nix's Notions. I was getting really irritated having to pour and shake, and that's not where it's at today. So let's see what else we got going on. I did that, you did that. Oh, and the storage I am using is the Elizabeth Ward containers. They're my favorite. I buy them every time I see them on sale on Amazon or wherever, and then I mix and match my containers into trays. So that's what you'll most likely see from me. I do have a couple of the Harbor Freight, but I don't like them near as much. And I have a couple of the Tic Tac containers, but I am too rough for the Tic Tac containers, and most of mine have cracks, and I don't know what I did wrong. And I actually gave away all of my the little glass jar vial containers. I was like, no, I'm good. Those did not, I was not feeling them. So let's see, anything else I'm forgetting? Nope, I think that's it. So I can get to work. So this is my introductory whip-in chat, and so let's get to know me a little bit, which is really weird, and it's really hard to talk about yourself, and I filmed this multiple times, and I finally thought I had it all done, and then when I uploaded the video to YouTube after doing the editing, my daughter number 3, Trinity, was being so kind as to previewing for me, explained to me that no, the intro and outro are the right format and dimensions, but the video jumped sizes. Nothing we could do. Did I just knock off what I needed? I did. And nothing I did could fix it. Finally, I just got so frustrated. My gosh, I have broke myself. I just got so frustrated, finally, I just deleted it, and we're going to do this again. And I'm like, I got to get this right, because this video needs to go up first, and I already have videos 2 and 3 filmed, uploaded, ready to go with thumbnails, but I need a whip-in chat so y'all know who I am first. So, there's that. So, a little bit about me. My name is Summer, like I said. I own my own housekeeping, decorating, and I call it Honeydew Fix Service. When I say Honeydew Fixing Service, I go around and to my clients, and I am stumbling today. So like, you know how you do a honeydew this for your husband, if you're married, or your wife, if you know you're that so inclined, and nothing on that list gets done. You know, like you bought a new vanity light for in the bathroom, or your electrical plate outlet cover thing's broken, or the gosh darn kitchen sink is leaking, or oh my gosh, could you please install that new dishwasher? I'll do those things. So most of my clients' husbands like me because I do the stuff that their wives have been nagging them about. So, with that being said, this is the best you're ever going to see my nails. They're going to be natural because it is not... It's not possible for me to keep my nails done. And I'm so jealous because, like, I'll watch other people's, like, whip and chat videos and they have all these pretty nails or, like... And I know most people are, like, doing just, like, the colors or the... What have I done? Or the little stickers and stuff. But I'm not even joking. I put them on and they're dead the first time I go to work. And I'm not about that life. It's just another thing on my to-do list, and I'm like, I'll pass. Okay. Pre-pandemic though, I was a ceramic artist slash potter, and I'll be posting some videos right about here. This is my cue to put videos here of my work. I did a lot of decorative masks, like that you would hang, and I just rocked a drill all crazy like. What are you doing? Get in your assigned seat, sir. Thank you. So, I mean, let me try that in English. So, that's what I was doing pre-pandemic, but if you're not aware, a lot of artists, we were hit especially hard by the pandemic because people were very, very worried about finances. So, one of the first things they decided not to spend money on was art. So, I made another business on doing something that was in demand at the time. And it worked. I actually haven't been able to put my little hands on clay in quite a few months. But I was able to get pick up some clay. I think I got 50 pounds of clay a month or two ago. Man, did everyone see that just fly? It just flew. So, if you ever hear people talking about popping drills, this is what they're talking about. Because my drills are too tight right here. They just popped and flew all over. Let's just put them back. Get back. Sir. Oh, this is okay. So yeah. There's that. And the plus isn't missing. So I'm hoping to start... once it gets warm, get back to doing some pottery. Pottery is a little bit wet, and well, no, let me see. It's a lot bit wet and it's a lot bit messy. So I actually do my pottery stuff in a exterior building we have on the property. But it gets too cold. California is having this bizarrely cold, wet winter. And I mean, we have them like every... I don't know how long of it. Let's see. When's the last time we had one like this? 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. Did I legit just put the wrong color down? I did. This was supposed to be on this room. And that's why we love Canvas Art. Or Canvas. Diamond Art Club. Because with Diamond Art Club, I can just do this. Just move it down. It's alright. It's alright. Just move it down. If that would have been double-sided adhesive, no. That would not have happened. Okay, so hopefully once it gets a little bit warmer, I will be having some ceramic artistry, potting, maybe a little bit of me on the wheel. I know you'll have some sculpting videos come up because that's where my true joy lies, is sculpting, especially faces. I just really, really, really enjoy that. So, what else is about me? I am happily divorced. I live on 40 acres of almonds in the middle of California. Like, my nearest town's like 15, 20 minutes. And I say town. I'm saying town, not city. It's town. I think we're up to 4 or 5 stoplights now. It's itty bitty. Let's see, what else? I'm happily divorced. And I'm very, very happy that to be single, how's that? I have a plethora of children. I have, let's see, Sarah is 28, and she is my oldest stepdaughter. We don't normally use step or half, but just for this introductory thing, we'll go ahead and be specific. So she's 28. She lives in Central Oregon. She's married to Okie, and they have 2 children. Oliver is 4, just this past December, and Maggie Jean will be 1 in March. And that little girl is the cutest thing I have ever seen in my life. Oh, that's Grandma's girl right there, I'll tell you. And so we video chat, me and the grandbabies, every week. That's one of the things we do because it's so hard when your grandbabies live far away. And I try to get there as much as possible. Not nearly as much as I like, but it is what it is. And then after Miss Sarah comes Miss Crystal. Crystal is 25. She is my second stepdaughter. She will be 26 in May, and she lives in that little town I was telling you about that's right down the road in an apartment. And she's my quiet one, and she's the one that, she's a little bookworm like me. And that's Miss Crystal. I don't like that they have these little, I call them the anchors, the little anchor symbol right next to the T symbol, because when I'm trying to do this from this direction, it's really hard to differentiate. So, note to self on that one. Probably not the best kit to do a kitten or a whipping chat with. Might have to break out a different one. Okay, after Crystal comes my biological daughter, Trinity. Trinity just turned 22 in November. She had previously been living in Chico for the last couple of years, but we had some stuff happen. Trinity's chronically ill. She has a rare disease and has to have infusions every 4 weeks, and there were just some issues that happened, and it made the most sense for her to come home for a little bit. So she came home, basically, she moved home February 1st. Well, it was the weekend before that, but roughly. She had given notice to be out of her apartment by the 1st. Let's see. So she is currently in school, and she's doing online classes right now until we figure stuff out. She's done a lot of her stuff online because it was just easier with the hospitalization, surgeries, and whatnot. After Miss Trinity comes the baby, Miss Lexi, and she's my adopted daughter. She is also 22. She just turned 22 in December. Trinity and Lexi are 27 days apart. 27 days apart. It was like having twins without having twins. And, but they fight like sisters and, are horribly mean to each other until someone else is mean to one of them, and then they, turn into bear cats, and they will team up and whoop someone's tushy. They're a mess. They are a mess. And then she is up in Central Oregon. Without giving too many details, she is the biological sister of our oldest daughter. They just have the same mother, different father. And that's how that works. I just refilled my petty and it's being so tricky. What if it's because I'm like pressing harder, if I'm nervous, or I'm doing things completely odd? I don't know. Because if this video doesn't work, I'm just not going to do a whip and chat. I'm over it. I have filled it too many times. It's so hard to do a whip and chat trying to talk about who you are. And it's so easy to get distracted. And when you're trying to diamond paint, and it is not nearly as easy as it looks. I'll tell you that. I am going to give mad props to the people who do the weekly whip and chats, because it is not nearly as easy as it appears. Just saying. Okay, so that's the kids and the grandkids. That's what I do for a living. My diamond painting journey. So, unlike most people, I did not start diamond painting during the pandemic. During the pandemic, the last thing in the world I needed was more a hobby that required me to spend more money, because pottery is a very, very expensive craft. I have my own kiln. I have my own wheel, so it's an expensive craft. And because of the way I sculpt and glaze, I make my own glazes. So chemicals are not really cost effective. So I was trying real hard not to add any more expenses, because I was also, during the pandemic, went through my divorce. Let's see. So, how I had seen the diamond painting, but in my mind I was like, nope, nope, no. And I kept telling myself, Summer, if you think you need another hobby, you should walk yourself into that craft room and look at the $10,000 worth of scrapbooking, card making, happy planner. I've done soap making, candle making. I've done all the hobbies. Like, cross-stitching, crochet. We're not going to talk about how much yarn I own. That's just rude and inappropriate, and it's alright. We don't need to talk about that. No. And then paint, because I paint, preferably watercolor acrylic. I do not like oil painting. That would be my mother's forte. So anyways, I was like, nope, nope. And I saw the videos, and everyone's like, oh, it's so cool. It's so, stress. I'm like, no. All I could think of was, A, another mess, B, how much that going to cost me. So I didn't do it. Well, then I was decorating a client's granddaughter's house. And we were doing a, I just counted completely wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was right. Okay. So we were doing this lounge. And it's just like a small, intimate lounge where she wanted to be able to have her clients, because she owns a party planning business. And then like her friends to hang out or whatnot. But her thing she wanted the most is she wanted every piece of art on the wall to be a conversation starter. So like if things had, if like conversation was dulled or anything, you could actually use the art around you to help move conversation along. Thought it was a really neat idea. The problem was, is when she's sending me all these inspiration pics in her board on Instagram, all I can think of is, well, let's see, that's not in the budget that was given to me. So what we did was, she's like, I understand it's not in the budget, but I also understand that you're an artist. And I said, well, yeah. And so she goes, why don't you see what you can put together and just use those for inspiration. I said, okay, I can do that. I go, I'm not going to copy anything, but we can figure out, styles from, it'll be okay. So I painted a female's hand flipping off the camera in a very stark black and white acrylic. Never in a million years did I think I'd paint that, let me tell you. I did a collage, some mixed media pieces. I did a lot. And I even took old furniture she had, well, actually her grandmother had, like it was ready to go to the dumpster. And I'm like, nope, I have an idea. And so I painted it, and then I decoupaged the top, and I actually reconstructed the top because it had this weird bar thing in the middle of it. And I'm like, this is not okay. So we took that off, and then I decoupaged the top in this really cool, like, leopard print, but I honestly got it from Napkins. And it turned out so adorable. I'll have insert pictures of the lounge and everything I did, because I learned how to do that. Yay, me. And I even framed in a shadow box a textile nose I had sculpted. So, I mean, a lot of my art in this kid's room. And then I went searching through her grandma's attic for, like, old heirloom pieces. And I was able to find some embroidery that a great-great-aunt had done that had been framed back around the turn of the century. And I was able to find one of the ancestors had graduated from dentistry school about the same time. And so there's this really, it's so neat. So it was like a framed graduation photo, but it wasn't just one person. It's like all these little ovals of like 30 men that had graduated from dentistry school. And they're all black and white, and it talks about the dentistry school and all that stuff. So neat. So that went up on her gallery wall, because we did 2 large gallery walls is what she really wanted. And I don't know if you've ever done a gallery wall, floor to ceiling, corner to corner. That is a lot of space. And so on what I did on another wall is I ordered a custom neon sign, and the neon sign said, okay, hold on. Okay. Maddie Jade's Butterfly Lounge. And so we had a lot of butterfly stuff that we were implementing. Well, I was still needing more art. I mean, we have gotten stuff from everywhere. I've been to all the decorating stores, and we'd been online. I ordered stuff from Etsy that we ordered and then framed, and I'm not crazy. And then, man, it was just a lot. But I still needed some funky pieces. I just needed something that was going to help play up that neon light, right? And so, as I was on Amazon ordering some lights to go beside her bed, because of course this decorating job was more than just the one room. The room is where the diamond paintings went. I just completely derailed myself. Man. I had found a couple of butterfly diamond paintings, and I'm like, they were relatively inexpensive. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. I wonder how those would look if I did them, frame them, and put them under those, where the neon light from the sign would, bounce off of them. And we all know how inexpensive Amazon kits are. So I ordered them. I mean, it was way within my budget. And got them, and I think one was a 16 by 20, and one was a 25 by 25 square. And they were both round drills. And I just quickly, that has to come off that plastic. I can't do crinkle. Busted them out in a week because in my brain, that was not a hobby at the time. It was a job. I needed it for a job. I needed it to be done. I needed it. But I noticed that I didn't smoke as much because at the time I was a smoker. And that was not as, I just put a new glue dot in, and it's wrecking havoc with me here. I don't know if y'all see that. I was smoking this because I was doing this, and I did not smoke inside my house. So I was like, okay. I liked how it turned out in the room. You have seen pictures by now.
Sorry, I didn't find it able to device the new light.
And my Alexa just talked to me, and I don't know why. That was scary. Am I recording? Hold, please. It says I'm recording. Okay, I was like, oh my god. Did Alexa and my phone just take a... Okay. It would be the first time that Alexa took over my phone. And I am definitely from Generation X, and some of this stuff is... Y'all got me on too much technology. I say that, and I just told my kid, I want them light bulbs that Miss Coffee has, and I can tell my light to change. And she's looking at me like I'm crazy, and I had to make her watch a video so she knows what I'm talking about. And I ordered them because I'm like, that's an awesome way to do a timer where it's not really, it's not audible, but you still know, okay, time to move on. And I like the concept, not for like videos or like that, but to tell myself, okay, take your butt to bed. You've been diamond painting too long. So, anyways, I decided, okay, I'm gonna order some of those for myself and see if I enjoy it as a hobby. Well, as you can tell, that was a positive. And so I ordered a few more from Amazon, and then after Amazon goes over and tells AliExpress your order and stuff, AliExpress starts putting stuff up in your face. So I saw some really cool stuff on AliExpress. I'm like, ooh, bet. And so I bought some stuff from there, right? Now you know how AliExpress is. You order it, but you ain't getting it. You ain't getting it yet. It ain't happening. You need to hold your horses. And but I mean, like, I had my little kits from Amazon, so I wasn't that worried. I'm like, I have stuff to do to entertain me until then. And I was working, and I still am working, but like at the time I was like, not a big deal. And then I saw one on AliExpress, and I saw the price tag, and I was like, how the hell they want me to pay $50 on AliExpress for this diamond painting kit? Are they crackheads? Because mind you, I've been buying, I'm having such a popping drills day. I am so embarrassed. Excuse me. It's my own fault because I tried to scooch them down with the multi-placer instead of the single placer. And we all know how well that goes. Anyways. So, sir? Okay. Sometimes when you put your new glue dot in, it don't like you very much. You gotta work off some of the stick. Let's see if that works. There we go. I don't even know what I was just saying. Oh, so I was waiting for those AliExpress kits to come in, and then they sent me this one, and it was like $50. I was like, are y'all, what happened to the $5 and $10? What's this $50? And I was looking at it, and I loved the artwork. I just really, really, really loved the artwork. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's that expensive because of quality. Maybe this is a better quality because, you know, around about that time I was really noticing that different kits I'd ordered from Amazon had different levels of quality. So I thought, oh, maybe this is like the ooh la la. Because I knew that diamond painting is basically something that was coming from China, right? And so I said, okay, I can try one. If it's awful, I don't have to do it again. It's only $50, right? So I ordered the kit. But that triggered me into thinking, well, wait a minute. If I'm sitting here assuming that there has to be better quality somewhere, there has to be better quality somewhere. And so I did what I think most people my age, or I don't guess any age could be, especially my age, though, do when you're trying to figure out something. I went to YouTube and asked a question. Because YouTube will show me in a video and will even like give me step-by-step instructions on how to do things and show me. Because my kids are jerks and they'll try to tell me without pictures and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I frequently go to YouTube because I can watch a couple of videos and normally figure out how to do something or whatever. So I got on YouTube and I don't know if you've ever typed diamond painting into YouTube. Well, hello everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I found Mrs. Coffee. I found Rachel Ray. I found Katie at Diamonds and Washi. I found Shay with Crafting with Shay. I found Lizette at Lizette Crafting Tales. I found Jay. I found Bev. I found all the people. Oh, all the people. All the people. Joan Diamond Paints. I know she only does budget painting, but she is what I put on and like just leave on when I need someone talking to me in the background because, well, number one, I think you should only watch some videos so many times, and I'm the reason that some people's completion videos have so many views. That would be me, because I was shopping. I went shopping with people's finished videos. And so I found out about Diamond Art Club. And I went over to Diamond Art Club and I ordered a kit. Just one. Because I was just going to try them out, right? Yeah. We'll say that for now. So I went to Diamond Art Club, ordered the kit. Willa, I will just give you this hint. Willa is still not painted. And if you're anywhere familiar, or listening earlier, this is a Diamond Art kit. But the first one I bought, I have not done yet. Because my dumb self didn't realize that the first Diamond Art Club kit I bought was squares. And I was not prepared for squares. I was not prepared for squares. Anyways. So then after I got that, I'm over there watching, Crafting with Shay. And if Shay ever watches this video, hey, I love you. You're awesome. I just love your videos. If any of y'all watch this, hey, I'll be your friend. Hi. Anyways, so, and she's over there talking, craftably. And so she had said craftably, and I think it was Katie at Diamonds and Wash who had shown the Escape to Eden, Escape from Eden by Tanya, whatever, I can't pronounce her name. It's that really vivid pink and blues and just really pretty colors kit. And I'm like, all right, I'll order that and I'll, try that company, right? Because I'm trying to find better quality. Now, mind you, I have now seen one of Katie's videos, and Katie's video sends me over to Jessica with Tiny World's Wonder. And I see her video about art theft and the copyright strike. And I had a year in ignorance. I felt so dumb in that moment of time because I'm an artist. And sitting here now thinking, that what I would do if someone took my artwork, things that came from my brain, that I created with my hands, and turned it into something else that I could not guarantee the quality of, did not pay me for, and sold it, oh, I would be mad. I would be so mad. And so I felt real dumb that I didn't even think about it when I was buying those kits from Amazon and AliExpress. Now, mind you, I didn't buy anything that was like Disney or anything like that, but one of the people I did get their artwork, I have since messaged over on Instagram and explained what happened, and that'll be better explained in a later story. But that's the only unlicensed kit that I did not get rid of. Because one, I'd spent $50 on it, and two, it's one of the most beautiful images I've seen in a very long time. I love it. And so I was like, I really don't want to throw this one out. And I didn't like throw them away. I did not just create that much waste. I gave them to people who did not have the same moral compass I do. And I mean, more power to them. I just can't. But I also didn't want to just throw it in the trash because that felt like wasteful as hell. So I ordered the kit from Craftedly. Once again, I didn't realize it was squares. And I had heard people talk about square versus round, but I honestly thought these people were exaggerating. Because remember, at the time, I had only done rounds. And I'm like, how can squares be so much harder than rounds? Because in my brain, the squares are all just going to line up perfectly. It's going to be bloop. And it's going to be all good, right? Why would that be a problem? None of that made sense to me. And that just was a whole mess. And at the time, I had not been diamond painting, like out here on the table. I had been diamond painting smaller kits, so I was doing it on a lab desk in my room. Well, let me tell you. Another one of those kits should be done on a lab desk. They are larger than that. And the Craftedly kit came in the resealable baggies. And I had watched people be like, oh, I love it when they come in the resealable baggies because then you don't have to kit up. Well, if you're a klutz, I strongly suggest that you kit up. If you have fat little fingies that don't do real well with those little bitty bags, I suggest you kit up. Because I have my Escape from Eden, whatever it is, kit over there. Is it has to sit there until I order drills because I have dropped the dang bag so many times I don't have enough drills to finish the kit. And I don't store my extra drills because I have too many scrap. I have too many craft supplies for that to be okay. I can't. I cannot. The only drills I normally keep are like my special drills or my AVs, and it's in like one little drawer. And I'm like, that's all I get. Because I can't. Because I know myself. And I'll go off the deep end. And next thing you know, I'll be having like boxes like of all the things. And I'll be ordering all the things to make sure I have all the things. Because why wouldn't I? No ma'am, I'm good. So, I have to order what I'm missing so I can finish her. But anyways. So I had the Craftedly kit. Well, then you're on Diamond Art Club's mailing list. And then you have people showing you sneak peeks. every week. And you're like, oh, but that's so cute, right? And then you're hearing about different diamond painting places. Like, Distracted by Diamonds. I'm like, okay, well, now I have to have Distracted by Diamonds. I'm like, I've seen them. I've seen the finishes. Hello. So you're over there buying one of those, right? And then, every time I turn around, there's just another diamond painting company. And I want to check and see, what's what. And then every weekend, and sometimes midweek, Diamond Art Club releasing awesome new stuff. And I'm like, y'all need to quit it. And then, now remind you, this is all happening August, September, October. Right? October 2nd, I left my house to go to work. And I had forgotten my cigarettes at home. And I decided at that moment in time I was done. Cold turkey, nope, I'm good. And quit smoking. Unbeknownst to me, and I just consider this a public service announcement to anyone out there. If you have any problems with hypoglycemia, do not quit smoking without first talking to your doctor. Because nicotine increases blood sugar in about 15 to 30 seconds. You can look this up online. It takes food anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes to raise your blood sugar. Okay, what does that matter? Well, I'm severely hypoglycemic. Like, I'm so hypoglycemic, I carry injectable glucose with me at all times. Because my blood sugar has gotten down to, I kid you not, at 23. And I didn't know it. And I was driving a car down the freeway with Trini in the car with me. And all of a sudden I looked and I said, I'm still good. Something's not right. And she goes, oh, let me check your blood sugar real quick, Mom. I'm like, okay. No, she's testing my blood sugar as I'm driving down the freeway because why would I stop? I didn't really think it was going to be that. No, it was that. It was 23. And I'm on the freeway driving. So, of course, we pull over. We get me all fixed up. And wait till my blood sugar is at a reasonable level. And we went on. So, I did not know about the whole smoking or nicotine increasing blood sugar. But looking back now, it makes a lot of sense because when my blood sugar was low, I'd always want a cigarette and I always thought that was weird. Yeah, now I know. My body was like, no, I'll do this. It'll fix you. But anyways, I didn't know. I quit smoking cold turkey. Guess who kept passing out? That would be me. It's not a good time. And a lot of people with hypoglycemia will not have the same problems. I have what they call hypoglycemia unawareness. I show no signs or symptoms until it's almost to a you're gonna die level. And it's like, no. And so I had quit smoking cold turkey because I didn't know. Yeah. So once I started being sick and passing out, and we couldn't figure out why, because, I mean, yeah, I would have random bouts of it previously, but did I just, nope, I did. It had gotten a lot more stable. I had been doing so much better on my eating habits and making sure I was eating the right amount of proteins with the right amount of carbs. And the problem with being hypoglycemic as opposed to being diabetic is it's still just as dangerous. It's still just as hard on your body, but it's not recognized by insurance. So even though my blood sugar goes so low and my body does not tell me that it goes low to the point where I could, die, insurance will not provide a continuous glucose monitor. And I don't know if you know how much those things cost out of pocket, but Mama cannot afford that. Not in Trinity's stuff. Nope, choose one. um, so once we figured out what was going on, it was decided that I had already basically broken the cigarette habit, and I did not want to smoke another cigarette. I was like, no, I've already gone through all this. Please don't. And so what we did was we developed a plan where I got these just little nicotine vapes that are flavored or whatever. And we now have me on a plan where I'm going to be doing these 5%, and then it's 5% nicotine on those now. And I'll be on those for a couple of more months till we make sure everything's good, because I don't always remember to vape. So until I get all that settled, and so once we're doing good, and I'm remembering, and I'm being a good girl, and I'm making sure that I'm not making myself sick, then we'll wean me down to the 3%. Then, hold on, we're gonna pause 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. My daughter had came home with a grocery order, and I had to help her put that away real quick. Where am I? Where am I? This is plus. Okay. So, I have no idea what I was talking about before I disappeared. So I quit smoking. I'm doing the vape thing. We're going to taper me down. I think that might be where I left off. And now, Trinity, the 22-year-old, is home. So if you do hear her, sorry. And because she's now home after being gone, her cat is going to be super vocal because he has to tell her about how mad he is that she left him. Because that's who Jack is. And you'll hear the bell, ding 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 ding, and we have a bell on him because he will kill us, and you don't know where he's at without the bell. The bell's important. Let's see. So yeah, that was my PSA on if you quit smoking. Talk to your doctor first if you have any problem with your blood sugar. Don't do a summer, because it was scary. Let's see. I fully 100% believe that my new hobby, diamond painting, helped me quit smoking because I had something to do with my hands. And it helped keep my mind off it. It lowered my anxiety. I feel like diamond painting was a very, very awesome distraction to help quit smoking. And I would recommend it to other people trying to quit smoking, because... Did I just do that? I did. I was thinking, oh, I don't know what color that is, and put my trail there, because it's been that kind of a day. So, those are the kids. I told you that. I told you. Oh, so I've been now... So I started diamond painting in August. I went full force diamond painting in October. So I ordered my first kit from Amazon for myself on August 13th. In August, September, October, November, so August, is it? August, September, October, November. So in the 4.5 months, I completed 14 diamond paintings. Yeah, 14 diamond paintings. In January, I completed 4. Today is, I don't even know what day is today. What day is today? Let's see what the tablet says today is. The tablet says today is the 12th of February. I already have 2 completions for February. Kits this size normally take me roughly a week. This one is square, so it might take a little longer. We'll see. And then I have 2 whips that should also be done. So I'm looking at probably 5, maybe 6 completions for February. That's how it rolls. Oh, I know what you're talking about that. So I was saying that I had went full force into diamond painting around about October. Around about October, right? Well, what happens in November at Diamond Art Club? Did you stay up and watch Diamond and Washi's Countdown Live to the Black Friday sale? I did. Did you spend a whole lot of money you shouldn't have? I did. Did you stay up and watch the Countdown to Cyber Monday sale? I did. Did you spend too much money that day? I did. Did you also buy from other companies? I did. My stash is ridiculous. And I need to do a what is Lizette calling it? A stash detox. But the FOMO, I can't because no. Like I did let myself buy this weekend. And I'm big man. I'm a big man. I'm like the one weekend I tell myself I'm not buying nothing. It doesn't matter what comes out on those sneak peeks. And they're gonna bring out Mrs. Coffee's little Foxy Angel and Cheryl Baker's The Librarian. Are you freaking kidding me? And of course, as I'm sitting here arguing with myself about no, you decided you weren't gonna buy anything this week. I don't care how cute they are. You haven't done either the owls from Cheryl Baker you bought yet. Why would you buy it? Because I want them. That's why. But as I was arguing with myself, because that's what I did. They sold out. They didn't just sell out in the diamond release, because they sold out there. But then they went ahead and sold out again and I was like, okay. Apparently, I'm not getting any of those today. So now I have the notifications to tell me when they come back. Thank you, Lord, that neither one of them are limited edition, because I would have cried so hard. But I'm like, big man, I'm like, I want to do the Mrs. Coffee one. I've watched, some of her drawing. I mean, that's just so cool. Anyways, and the crazy lady got me to go over to the Twitch thing. And my Generation X age is shown right there because I don't know half the crap we're doing on Twitch. But I went over there and I went and got the Discord because you got to have the Discord, upload your photo so she can show your photo on the Twitch stream. I did it once. We'll see if I can figure out what the heck I did and do it again because no. And then I'm trying, but it is humbling, so humbling to have to ask your child to show you how to do things. And now I'm like, I understand why my mom would get so fussy with me when she'd want me to come help her with her phone. I'd be like, oh, come on. Okay, I get it. I'm sorry, Mama. I shouldn't have said that. I should have been more patient with you. But now I'm like, I don't, and because it's like, I'm not dumb, you know what I mean? I have a degree in accounting. I'm not a dumb person. I sometimes might sound dumb. I didn't say I was always the sharpest tool in the shed, but I mean, I'm not dumb. But the technology is escalating at such a rate that it's insane. I mean, I remember being considered like technologically savvy because when I was growing up in the 80s, 90s, my dad went and bought a Commodore 64. Yeah. And, I mean, the one with the disk drive that was the size of a shoebox. And it had the 5.5-inch floppies. And I had a game and it was called Barbie. And what happened was is Ken would call you up on the phone and say, "Hi, Barbie. This is Ken. Do you want to go on a date?" And you would jump in this little Corvette and have to go to these little shops that had different clothing in based on wherever he's asked you to go on this date to, right? And they had an accelerated clock, but basically you had an hour, but it wasn't an hour, to go get ready, right? And then, if you didn't pull up to the front of the house at the exact right time, that you would either get a note on the door saying, "Hi, Barbie, sorry I missed you," and he then ditched you, or the dang phone would ring again. He goes, "Hey, Barbie, plans have changed. Would you like to go?" And he'd say somewhere else. And of course, it's not something you could be wearing what you're wearing now. So you'd have to get back in the car, go back, do it again, and do different clothes, different hair, different all that, right? Well, I loved that game. I was obsessed with that game. Everybody on the block was obsessed with that game. We had a good time. But my daddy was smart. And for every 30 minutes of game time, I had to do an hour of learning. So, that could be typing with, I think it was Mrs. Mavis's typing or something like that we did back then. And then, so it could be a typing thing, or it could have been, I learned DOS. I remember, and then like as time progressed, like I remember sitting in my dad's office, because that's where our computer always was, and he always got the newest and bestest. And and he would research that stuff for like weeks before he'd buy it, because he's like, you have to make sure you do this, because the way the technology moving, and this is back in the 80s and 90s, he's like, they're almost obsolete by before you get them home. If he could see time now. And I forgot that one was already done. And so then in the 90s, I learned how to do HTML or hypertext markup language, because I still wanted to use the computer and the internet, but there was a trade. You had to learn. But DOS is obsolete. Pretty sure DOS is done. And then, is anyone doing hypertext markup language anymore? No, you just drop the stuff onto the website. What is it? It's just drag and drop on the website, so you don't have to know how to code it anymore. It was really awesome that I had done all that when MySpace came out, because I knew how to make mine fancy. But, the rate that technology changed back then and the rate that technology changes now is bizarre to me. Because, I remember in my lifetime that, in our house, when I was growing up, we had this big console stereo. Now, if you are young and you don't know what a console stereo is, it's literally like this big old dresser looking thing, like long dresser thing, right? It's like low but wide, like think of your grandma's big old dresser, okay? But if you opened up the top, inside of that was a record player, and ours had an 8-track deck, and it was fancy. And then I remember my mom buying herself a cassette player boombox, and it was like some off of, what's that? Can't Buy Me Love, or what was that one where he's holding up the, I don't know. Oh, or if you've seen Breakfast Club, he has one when he's leaving or going to school. I don't know, the big one. Anyways, and so she got that, and I think was it called a Ghetto Blaster? It was cool. Oh, my mom was cool with that, and it had a double tape deck. And then I'll try to put a picture in of what I'm talking about, these things, as we're going along. And then I remember I got my own little cassette player, and it was like this big, and it was pale pink, and it was all girly and all that. and it just did cassettes in the stereo. And I remember sitting there calling in to the DJs to request songs, right? And sitting there with your little finger on record, waiting for it to play, so you could hit record and you record your songs. And then I remember when CDs happened, and my mom and dad got me a Discman. Oh my gosh, a Discman! I was so excited, and I didn't own a CD. And so my mom went down to like a record store and got me a CD. But my first CD ever, though, my brother bought me was Jeremy Jordan or The Bodyguard. One of those two. He bought me two of my first 4 CDs. And I know one was Jeremy Jordan and one was The Bodyguard. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And so, I mean, I think I was in junior high or high school when that happened. Somewhere along there. And then, by the time, well then like LimeWire happened and we had MP3s, MP4s and all that stuff, right? We were all killing ourselves with viruses on our computers because that was the days. And then I remember when my 2 youngest kids were 6 or 7 that I had bought them their own MP3 players, and it wasn't crazy. And then by the time the babies were 9, they had those little bitty Apple, what are those called? iTunes. No, iTunes is not it. That year for Christmas, Sarah got the iPhone Touch. And they got... Trinity, do you remember what your little Apple music player was called? Oh, iPod. Thank you. So they got a little bitty iPod that was like this big. Oh, it's an iPod Nano, she just told me. And so, I mean, and they were inexpensive enough where I bought the 3 youngest got the Nanos, and Sarah, the oldest, she got the iPod Touch. And then their phones started coming out. And now our music's on our phone and we don't have separate apparatuses. And so, like, I have lived through it all. I mean, and now, you know, records are making a comeback. Like, I think Trinity owns some vinyl. It's crazy because I have experienced all of it, you know, and like, not gonna lie, we still have some of the VHS tapes, and I looked at, because we were cleaning stuff out, and I looked at Trinity and I said, why do we have VHS tapes? I don't even have a VCR. But, you know, the same with that. And now everything's streaming and the cloud, and we're not going to talk about how much I pay a month to make sure that all my pictures still exist. I can't remember the last time I printed out a picture of family. It's all just on the internet and on my phone. And like Trinity, she's had an iPhone for so darn long. We just went and got switched carriers and plans and stuff, and I had to buy her the dang iPhone, and I went ahead and got her the biggest one because I'm like, I have spent God knows how much money in iTunes since she was 9. To, you know, because that's, I mean, and so she's 22 minus 9, so 13 years I've been giving this kid iTunes gift cards for almost every holiday and birthday and good report card or whatever. I'm like, how much money do you think I spent in iTunes just on her? I mean, it's probably ridiculous. And I mean, the other one, the other kids were getting just as much spoiled. Trust me on that one. And so, technology. Oh my God. So, but now I'm sitting here trying to record these videos, right? And, not gonna lie, I had pressed what I thought was record and recorded videos only to stand up and look at that and no, I didn't record diddly. Or I have recorded 4 minutes when I thought I recorded an hour. And that's ridiculous. But it happened. I was so mad because I thought I had recorded an entire kitting up of my new Jaded Gym Shop. Thought I recorded the whole thing. I thought I did so good. No. It was like 4 minutes and 40 seconds and that was all. I don't even know. It was bad. I just deleted it. I was so mad. I was just mad. I'm like, are you kidding me? And so, there's a learning curve on this technology because it's moving much faster. And everything's different. And so, and then my kid, especially Trendy, she goes, you need to make sure there's not a watermark on anything because that's tacky. So I'm like, okay, and I had to go figure out which program I wanted to use with quickness because I'm like, I'm apparently paying for it because a watermark was tacky according to her. I don't know. I don't think it's tacky, but oh well. And let's see. So I'm going to try to get this film edited because I'm learning how to do that and Miss Trinity's walking through. Hey. She whispers. I might have threatened her life. I'm going to have to edit all that out. Did you hear the jingle jingle bell of the cat falling? This cat is a mess. I just needed one. I needed one. But it's like from one of the few colors that are like this size. So I'm like, I can't stab and grab in that. It's a mess. So I just shake one out into my hand. Okay, so this is the chaos that is me. We ain't no telling where these women chats will go. But I have filmed what I'm calling a closer look, which is basically my version of an unboxing, but no crinkle. I don't want the crinkle. The crinkle makes me mad. I don't like the crinkle. It makes me just like skin crawl. I hate the crinkle. So, but I love unboxings because hello, it's previewed before we shop, right? So, that will be up. Today's 12th. I'm hoping to get this video. Oops, sorry, I hit the mic. Sorry. I'm hoping to get this video edited and uploaded tonight. And then if I harass Miss Trinity enough, maybe she'll watch it real quick and make sure there aren't any major issues. I am not looking for perfection. This is not going to be a perfection channel. This is going to be I am real and I am in my 40s and I'm trying my best channel. But if Miss Trinity will help me make sure that I did edit it correctly and at least that it's, sequential clips because I had to pause, then I will try to have this up by Monday the 13th. If this goes up Monday the 13th, then I'm going to put my closer look up on tomorrow's Monday 13th, which is Monday. Then I try to do the closer look on Tuesday, which is Valentine's Day, but it's not like I ain't got much to do. And then Wednesday, you know what? I need to do my other video first because I have had the video of my January finishes done, but I couldn't post it because I hadn't had this one right. So it would go this one, and then after this one would go the January finishes. After the January finishes, and then we'd get to go to my a closer look, which is the basically an unboxing, and then there'll be more unboxings. I just have to get them filmed. But oops, I'm so sorry. I always forget that if I do that once, my arms are on the table, it's going to shake the camera. Sorry. It was not an earthquake, even though I'm from California. So, I'm hoping to have 3 to 4 videos up per week. Do I think that there's going to be any sense of schedule? No, ma'am. Or no, sir. Sorry. I'm sorry. I am predominantly used to saying ma'am because I have 4 daughters and 2 dogs that are female. The only male around me is my cat. And it's not even my cat. He's only my cat when Trinity's gone. And then he is mean to me because he wants his mama to come home. But he's the only boy around these parts. And let's, he's pretty much the only boy. I'll get into the bonus children at another whip and chat. I have got to try to finish this up with my last few drills. Of course, I'm having to change color 6,000 times in this little bitty section. And that's why I had everything ready on that big part. Let's see, what else can I tell you in the last couple of minutes? Is there any videos that you're wanting to see that you haven't seen on anybody's channels? Like, are there things you're like, man, I've asked so-and-so multiple times and I'm not seeing what I want to see? Are there tutorial videos that you'd like to see? Is there I might not be the best, but I can at least show you how I do it. I know I want to do a video about my, the way I prep my canvases. I know I'm going to do some kitting ups, but I think I'm going to do the kitting ups as a time lapse because I'm pretty sure I want to try to keep my channel crinkle free and thus spectrum friendly, I guess we could call it, because I have to be careful when I'm messing around with kids and stuff because Trinity will come unglued about the crinkle, and so that's what gave me the idea to do it without the. Did I miss that one? I did miss that one. Pooey. Whip just touched me. Not sure. Stab and grab. Okay. I need the kit that I can't say what I normally call it on this channel. What do y'all call this symbol? Because I know what I call it, but apparently I call it flipping the, you know what? Like if you're going to do your turn, maybe it's a California thing that you flip the something. It rhymes with witch. And so like whenever I see it, that's what I say in my head. And then like there's one, I don't know if it's in this kit, but I call it the Minecraft man, because in my head it was like the little Minecraft people that Trinity used to design. It's just like little blocks. I don't know. And then, you know, I don't know, I had called them many things before I found out other people called them different things. And I think it's funny how we all have different names for different symbols. But then some symbols I'm pretty sure we all are pretty similar on, but like When I look at this, I see greater than, but that's the math in me. But I know some people just refer to those as zeros, and I'm like, but that's greater than. Is it this one? Why does that not look like it's the right color? That looks blue to me, and this is okay. We'll go with it. I will. What color is the diagram? That is a slash. That is the slash. Okay. Trust the process. Trust the process. How many times have you heard creators say that? And at first, it's like, what are they talking about? Trust the process. Then I ran into kids where I'm like, okay, I get it. Trust the process. Okay, there is a little bit of blue tint to this one, so now I have it down. It did not look like it in the container. How does that... I'm sitting here trying to figure out how that color theory works. Sorry. I was like, man, that doesn't even look like the same color once you place a drill. I'm not the only one seeing that. Because it looks like it's blue here, but it looks pink here. Like it's like a hint of blue on this side. Trust the process, let it go. Okay, so I need the TP and the greater than, and I'm out. And this whip and chat will be over for today. Where's the TP? There's greater than and the TP right next to each other. Thank you, come here. There's just one TP, so we'll stab and grab that one. And I tend to leave dear Lord, the cut up dryer sheets in my in my containers, because they don't really bother me to be in there, and I would rather know that I'm not going to have static coming to get me if I knew they were static when I kitted up the kit. So I'll just leave them in there with it, because it is less of a hassle at a later date and time. That probably also stems from the fact that I'll kit up, and then sometimes I'll do it, and sometimes maybe I won't do it. Like my first ever Diamond Art Club kit that I bought September or October, I kitted up as soon as I got it. Do you remember me saying I haven't touched it yet? Yep, but it's been kitted up for over 6 months. So, there we have it. So, we're all done. I gotta go try to figure out how to splice multiple videos together. Everything feels okay. If you haven't gotten a kit yet, that is the squares that have some of the new ones and some of the old ones. Oh my goodness. So you're all rubbing like this, and it feels like our classic squares, right? They're just soft and smooth. And then you get over here and you're like, is there round drills on my canvas? Because you can feel the difference. There's a definitive difference. And like, the way that they did it, like the cleavage on this portrait has texture, and I was not prepared for that, because sometimes I can't always see my placement, so I will feel like to make sure that I don't have anything popping, I don't have anything sideways. I can't always see it because my eyes are in their 40s, okay? But I can feel it. So that's what we have for tonight. If you enjoyed yourself, I made you laugh, go ahead and put a smiley face in the comments. If you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to. You can even ring that bell for notifications, so maybe one of us will know when I post a video. And that's about all I got for today. I hope y'all have a great week, and I will chat with you next week. Bye, y'all. I don't know if I turned that off, but we'll find out.